Alright. Make sure that we're working. Alright. We should be on now. Alright. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I want to start by apologizing. I'm very frustrated because I had wanted to start playing Where Winds Meet tonight, but I set the PlayStation to rest mode while it downloaded, but apparently it did not finish downloading it, and it has another hour and a half to go. And I really don't want to sit here and wait an hour and a half for it to get to 9 o'clock before I start playing it. That's ridiculous. So I said, you know what, we'll just do For Honor, and we will play Where Winds Meet tomorrow. We will play Where Winds Meet tomorrow night. So it's just going on hold. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. But I do want to play it. I'm very excited to try it out. Where Winds Meet looks really, really, really cool. But it's just going to take too long to download for tonight. So we'll save it for tomorrow, and we'll play it then. I'm very excited for it. What we'll probably do is I'll play it that evening, because I think my brother has something going on that evening, so I'll play it while he's gone. Alright. Well, we're doing a duel. It doesn't matter who I play as long as I play. Let's get things started with Shinobi Tomono. Let's go. But yeah, if y'all looked at the thumbnail, I put up pictures of 3 characters from stories that I have worked on with Jay. Well, I should rephrase. 2 of them I have worked on with Jay, but the other one we are currently working on.
Round 1.
They are Nomad, Ethan, and Valerie. Alright. Good parry. Good read. Ooh. Good timing on the kick. But yeah, Valerie is the android. Yep, that's her. I had talked to people previously about what they thought about her and what her story could be. And honestly, it's not because I want suggestions. It's because I was curious what the story might have looked like to other people. Ah, the lights. The lights got me. Anyway. To answer your question the other day, I didn't simply expect you to draw from mythological and linguistic sources, which is what I typically do. Don't know what you're talking about. Moving on. The monkey is angry. Could be. Ah, I timed that perfectly.
Defeat.
Oh well. Oh well. Yep. So they are. So Ethan Hawke is the one on the far left. He was from my story Tempest Blade, which I'm currently rewriting. Well, not really rewriting, but just editing, fixing up a little bit because I feel like it could be better. The middle one is Nomad. That story is done. Me and Jay finished that one a while ago, but we're both very proud of it. And the one on the far right is Valerie, or V7, as she's also called. And Very proud of her too. Really excited to really get into her story. Because what I've been thinking about with Valerie is, and I don't want to give away too much. I do want to leave some stuff to be revealed. But what I've been going with Valerie is that she is an android, but there's a secret to her, and I think that people will like it when I get to that point. There's a secret to her about her origins and about her motivations, and people have said that they remind her of she reminds them of Android 18, and I can see that. I definitely see that, especially in the design, the blonde hair, blue eyes kind of thing. But Android 18 was not the primary inspiration. Actually, the major inspiration design-wise was Genos from One Punch Man. In fact, what was funny was when I started designing her character and I was talking to Jay about it and I told him Genos was an inspiration, he said, "Oh, dude, One Punch Man is one of my favorite shows, man. I love that story and the designs are so cool. Can I design her to be kind of like Genos?" I said, "Absolutely." And so we went from there. All right, let's go, Zerk. Waiting on you, bro. You're waiting to... A berserk who waits to parry? Interesting. I've never fought a berserker like this. I've never fought a berserker like this. You know, that's kind of a sad situation. I think For Honor's in a sad state. We have started to go back to the staring contest way of playing. Because Berserker should be a character that's constantly throwing attacks and overwhelming with pressure, but we've gone back to the state of the game where it's just staring contest. It really is. Yeah, we've gone back to the state of play where it is literally just staring contests and go for parries. That used to be what For Honor was, actually. For Honor started that way. It really was just bait your parries and just stare at each other. And I thought that we were moving away from that, but Virtuosa brought us back to basics, and I really am upset about it. We've been brought back to a state of play that's kind of sad. We've been brought back to a state of play that's kind of sad. Do you like that it's getting cooler? Yeah, I prefer cooler weather. I prefer cooler weather. Hey, what's up, Naruko? Good to have you here. So she has 2 bionic arms. Well, her whole body is robotic. She is an android. That's an odd Zerk. Well, it's not the way I'm used to Zerks playing. And no, I'm not fighting you again. I'm not fighting a Zerk who just does staring contests and reacts on light and just parries light attacks. Like, I'm not playing that. On that note, the name I chose for my Elven Nation is Enoway Allenway. Sure. Moving on. Hey, Raven, I'm camping. That is great, man. Let's go pirate. Let's see if I can just get a kill tonight. Not even a win, just a kill tonight. Because I haven't gotten one. I've died 6 times in a row and haven't even gotten a kill. This may not be my night. What's my opinion on the Hitakiri Hero Fest? I honestly forgot it was going on until I saw Havoc's video where he was showcasing the new execution. And I'll be honest, it's kind of underwhelming. It's kind of underwhelming for me. Sorry? What are we sorry for?
Over again, mission. Defeat.
Got me. Who's your lowest level hero? Virtuoso, I think. $20 from Tech Girl. Just wanted to show my favorite knight some kindness and gratitude for being an awesome friend. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Hey, Mammoth. All right.
Defeat.
Damn. Not my night. No, you're good, Burger. That's fine. It's not a problem.
Round 3. Victory.
I just started throwing. Like I wasn't even trying to mix things up. Like for a minute I was just like, you know what? Throw everything. Throw everything. Just every unblockable. Just throw it.
Round 4.
Would you say playing Virtuoso is cringe? No, it's how you play Virtuoso that's cringe. It's how you play Virtuoso that's cringe. Okay.
Defeat.
There we go. At least I got a kill. That's something. So how am I doing tonight? Who's Birdie? Maybe Virtuoso was limited 10-second dodge stance. I mean, that could be something, but I mean, I don't think that's the biggest change we could do to her. Like, the problem is that Virtuosas have it way too easy just sitting in their all guard, their stance, and not doing anything. It's way too easy for them to enter, and they get way too much benefit for it. Like I said before, the biggest problem with Virtuosa is they are rewarded for inaction. All they have to do is whiff an attack. It doesn't have to hit. They just have to whiff an attack, then do nothing, and now they're in a stance where they are almost completely invulnerable to everything except for guard breaks and undodgeables, which not all characters have access to undodgeables, and if they hit light at the right timing, even guard breaks aren't going to help all the time. So it's kind of like you have so few options to deal with Virtuosa, but there's no need for Virtuosa to engage. And I think the best example is people like to say, well, what do you have to say to Blackbriar's Bulwark counter? Blackbriar's Bulwark counter requires you to be holding down an input to stay in all guard, then it requires another button input done at the right time in order for you to do it right. So it requires 2 button inputs and correct timing. Virtuosa requires a whiff and then just hit light whenever you dodge. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. There's no other necessary movement. And in a 1v1, it's not so bad. In a 4v4, it's egregious because a Virtuoso just has to find a friend, stay with them, and then do nothing. It's really annoying. And I got a bot. Apparently, the game decided that it wanted to give me a bot. Okay, I'll kind of show what I mean here. Any videos I've been thinking about responding to? Not right now. I haven't seen anything worth responding to right now. I was hoping you could maybe unban my original account so I am not feeling like I'm lying to you all the time. Sure. Later. Ooh. I was not expecting the guard break. You are Birdie Bird Brain Raven. I'm not, but thanks. I'm doing fine.
Round 2.
Alright, I can get him this time.
Victory!
Got him.
Round 3.
All right.
Dammi il 5!
Anyway, let's see. Hear me out real quick. Since Fortnite has a Power Rangers collab, what For Honor gets some MMPR hero skins? I'm thinking of what? No. Hell no. Hell no. I don't want any of that shit. You leave Power Rangers out of this. You leave Power Rangers out of For Honor. You leave all of that out of For Honor. None of it. I will not have any of it. The minute you add it, I'm uninstalling. Dodge too soon. And that's done. Favorite map from classic Battlefront games? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite from the classic Battlefront games. Hey, Hannah. Glad you're here. What was the point of Prima Nocta? The hell's Prima Nocta? Hold on. What's Prima Nocta? I have no idea what that is. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's Prima Nocta is the semi-historical legal right of a monarch to have sex with any female subject, particularly on her wedding right. No, that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. There is no such legal right that I'm aware of that allowed for that. I think that's a myth. I'm pretty sure that's a myth. Because I've never heard of such a right. Do I think that some feudal lords or nobles took advantage of such things? Sure, I'm sure that they took advantage of plenty of people. But I don't think there is any legal right that gives a noble or king the right to sleep with a woman on their wedding night. I don't know of any such law. And yet we were fine with Destiny? Who said I was fine with Destiny? Look, I had to deal with Destiny because they added it. I thought it looked cool, but I'm not happy that they added it. Just because they made one mistake doesn't mean we need to add more mistakes. What genre do I like the most in terms of literature? Fantasy and sci-fi are really my things. I think that's a ridiculous argumentation. You should be okay with this since they added this. Bullshit. Where did that argument come from? What would have been the point, hypothetically speaking? That's... Do you even understand what you just asked?
Defeat.
You're basically saying something that did... What would be the point of something that didn't exist? What would be the point? There would be no point. It would be a king just basically exercising his own authority and doing what he wants because he is the king. I can't think of a single good point to it, but...
Victory. Round 3.
Damn. I'm cursed to only get 1 kill per match unless it's against a bot. I'm not playing well tonight. Hey Aaron, what's up, man? I'm asking because I think that such a law is just asking for trouble. Jackson, I just said it didn't exist. Because it would be asking for trouble.
Victory.
Like, it would definitely be asking for trouble, which is why it didn't exist. No such law existed. If a king abused his power to do that, he abused his power, but that didn't mean it was a legal right.
Victory.
I'm kind of tired of games relying on collabs to stay popular instead of being more creative. I mean, yeah, I understand that, but just look at this year. We didn't do a lot of collabs this year in For Honor. What's worse, the Puritans or LED? I don't think it's a matter of which one is worse. It's a matter of what arguments they use that are worse. Alright, well, we managed to win that match at least. How many more slaying? Oh man, I still gotta kill a lot more in duels. And I know I'm referring to other games. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I think if handled well, collabs can be fun and creative. Like, I thought the Dead by Daylight collab that For Honor did some time ago was really cool. I enjoyed that. I thought it was neat. And it was a creative game mode, and I liked it. I think if handled correctly, game modes can be a lot different. Collab game modes and ideas can be very fun. I think when you just do it to make up for a lack of ideas, then it's a problem. And what I find so funny is Dead by Daylight did nothing on their end for the collab. They did it. They added a keychain. They added like a keychain you can hang on a hook, and that was it. It was so bad. Raven, are you glad they brought back the spider content from last year? Yes, I went ahead and got it for Maiko because I knew she had to get it. I knew I had to get it for Maiko.
Round one.
All right. You know, sometimes they fall for that. I was hoping you would. Fall for that. Crap. Anyway. Did you get both spider executions, Raven? Yeah, I got him. I got him. I'm glad to have him. I'm just a diehard Power Rangers fan who's desperate for something new from a dead franchise that isn't Fortnite. I understand that. I really do. But don't add it to a game where it can't belong. That's my thing. Are we emoting? Okay. Man, he just knows exactly when to parry. It's kind of crazy. What? What did I hit? There shouldn't have been anything I hit. I should have gone through. What? I hit something, but there was nothing. Game, are you actually trying to destroy me? There's no need to answer if you want to or if the chat doesn't want to hear it, but what do of Christian nationalism and what the reasons positive, negative, or neutral? What do I think of Christian nationalism?
Victory.
There we go. But what do I think about Christian nationalism?
Round.
I feel like Christianity and nationalism are two very. I think that you have the. I think that it's good to have love for your nation, and a nation that loves Christ is a good thing. But I feel like that phrase Christian national has come to mean a lot of different things now, and I'm not sure if what you're asking me is what I think you're asking. You know what I mean?
Victory.
Can't wait to hear your opinion on the new Hito execution. I think it looks brutal, but kind of similar to Ishawari Sakura. My opinion on the new Hito execution. I mean, I'll release my grade with the executions graded, but I'll just say this: I'm not too high on it. Ooh.
拼尽全力吧，刀剑无眼，受死吧！接招吧！刀剑无眼，受死吧！接招吧！拼尽全力吧！你死定了！
Victory!
Finally won one! Yay! It's been a while since I played John Who. That felt good. What are your thoughts on DVD giving Knight and Apollyon skin? Do they ever do anything collaboration? Tell you what, Dead by Daylight needs to stop focusing on collaborations and licenses and focus on fixing their game. I've uninstalled Dead by Daylight until they start making some fixes, because right now, it is too painful to play. Dead by Daylight is a painful game to play right now. I genuinely can't stand it. Playing Killer is one of the most difficult things to do. It is so one-sided now. Playing Killer is just so annoying. And playing Survivor is so boring. You use the same meta perks in every build. There's no point to it. I just do not care for Dead by Daylight right now. They need to fix it. They just need to fix that game. So, and they keep hiding behind licenses. What I think, this is my genuine guess. They said that they were skipping or like pushing back a new license chapter that they were going to do to focus on fixing the game. But I looked at the fixes. They're all dog water. So my guess is this was intentional. They probably were having trouble getting the license to go through. So they had to push it a little bit and say, oh, well, we'll fix the game, but not really. We'll fix the game, but, you know, not exactly. We'll sort of, kind of, maybe fix the game, but, you know, not especially. Let's go Valk. I understand, I just like the way Hito's almost trying to hack at the arm. Yeah, but I have problems with it in terms of lethality and in terms of cool factor. So, that's going to hurt it. Give me a sea monster killer and I'll think about it. I don't want any new killers! No new killers and survivors. Fix the game! Make it so that the game is fun to play again. Classic Man D recommended adding Dexter as a killer and the black copies after him as a survivor. No. Fix the game. I would say don't add anything new until that game is fixed. Because it doesn't matter what all you add new if the game is dog water. Alright. Oh crap.
Victory!
That went well. I really need to practice Valkyrie's pinning attack.
Round 2.
Like her bleeding pin. I need to practice that. Let's see if I can't get it in this fight. Let's see if I can't get it. Mistimed it, damn it. No. One mistime and I blew it. I blew it. I was gonna do the pinning and then I mistimed it. That sucks.
Round 3.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow's drip contest. Yeah, it won't be as long as the Warmonger one. Warmonger had over 70 submissions. This one has under 30. Crap, I fell for that. I fell for that. Why do I keep falling for that? Got him. Anyway, you probably been answering this before, but any guesses on what the new Wulin Hero weapon might be? I'm hoping for Xion. Please, Xion. I want a Xion sword. I've been begging for a Xion sword since the Wulin were a thing.
Round 4.
But the Wulin have only gotten one hero. One extra hero besides their originally 4. It pisses me off. I need to stop doing those dodge attacks. It's kind of obvious. God. What's funny is he's not feinting most of his attacks. He's just letting his hyper armor do the work. And, I mean, that's a good warlord tactic, but I never expect that from a Jormungandr.
Round 5.
All right. Yeah, definitely want a Xion sword. It's like the iconic Chinese sword, man. Are you kidding, bruh? That's so lame. Anyway. Ubisoft really went, here's a new faction. Will you add more to the faction? What faction? Okay, so here's the reason Ubisoft neglected the Wulin so long. Because I know the reason. I know the reason. Here's why. When Marching Fire happened and they added the Wulin, they thought it would be a big boon and a boost to the game. And it kind of was at first. A lot of people did come back for Marching Fire because there was a new game mode, Breach. They changed a lot of things in the quality of the game. It felt like it was a big change. But then people started playing it and they realized, okay, you've added a lot of content, but you haven't fixed the gameplay. The game is still unbalanced, it's buggy, and you haven't given it dedicated servers. This is not good. And so they saw the Wulin as nothing but a cash grab. Like, please buy this DLC add-on and don't realize that we haven't fixed the game. And so a lot of people threw their hate at the Wulin. They said the Wulin are bad because what they've done with the game is bad. So Marching Fire got a lot of hate. And the developers at Ubisoft said, okay, wow, that didn't work out. Let's focus on fixing the game. Let's not do anything with the Wulin because that was not nearly as popular as we thought it would be. And so after the release John Hu, they kind of said, let's forget about the Wulin. Because here's another thing, no one was asking for a Wulin hero other than me. I wanted a Wulin hero. Let's go down here, buddy. Let's go down here. I'm not fighting you where we can get a bunch of walls. There we go.
Victory.
But that's why the Wulin got hurt so bad. The Wulin, Ubisoft basically said, no one likes the Wu Lin, so we won't do anything with them.
Round two.
And the community said, we don't like the Wu Lin, don't do anything with them. And so they ignored the Wu Lin for a very long period.
Victory.
Fighting a lot of Shaolin tonight? Yeah, this is the third one. I fought the new Wu Lin. I figured the new Wu Lin Heroes would be released immediately after the Year of the Harbingers, but they weren't. Well, no one liked the Wu Lin, so they only planned for Zhan Hu, and then after that, they didn't have any plans for any others. So they said, well, why work on new ones when no one liked what we gave them? Good fight.
Victory.
That's stupid. You don't leave a product undone just because the fans don't like it. You fix it as best you can. Well, keep in mind, Vulpecula, the product that people weren't happy with was For Honor itself. They weren't happy that For Honor wasn't getting the updates and fixes it required. And they blamed the Wu Lin for that. The community basically said, Ubisoft, all you did was release a new faction to get money, but you didn't fix the game itself. The Wu Lin are just your cash grab to prevent you from doing what needs to be done. So it wasn't the Wu Lin that the community was upset with. It was the game. But because the Wu Lin came out at that time, the community put their hate on the Wu Lin. It's kind of like this. Let's say that I eat shellfish, right? Like I eat crab or shrimp, and then I get a stomach bug and I throw up a lot. It's not the shrimp's fault, but I blame the shrimp, you know? It's like, I got sick after eating shrimp. Therefore, the shrimp must be at fault. I will never eat shrimp again. It's nasty. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how they acted. The game is in a bad state right now. It shouldn't be in a bad state right now. The Wu Lin came out at the time it was in a bad state. Therefore, Wu Lin bad. You guys play games past 2013? What? Yeah?
Round one.
That's your guess, Lord Thunder? I can see that. Alright, let's go. Keep in mind, I'm playing characters that I don't normally play. I don't normally touch Aramusha. Ah, crap. Good job. Ah, crap. I thought he was going to go for the kick. I thought he was going for the kick. My bad. Oh, well.
Defeat.
Ravens being cringe? What? How so, Viking? How am I being cringe?
Round two.
Keep on! You can rest.
Cringe samurai? Oh. Yeah, cry about it.
认真点儿。
Victory!
That worked out.
Round 3.
You sluggards!
All right.
This will be a fight to remember!
Why did I try to dodge there? That was dumb of me. Wow, that did not go the way I wanted it to.
Stop wasting my time, you fools!
Ah, got me. Well, I don't play Oromusha all that much, so I know this is going to be a rough match. I'm just trying to play some heroes that I don't normally play. I don't normally touch Oromusha.
Round 4.
How it is done! You better step up, or I will put you on trial!
Well, I won that one. I did not expect to win that one. Okay. Despite the Destiny collab being a flop, we did get some cool weapons and skins. Yeah, we did.
Round 5.
Wins the drip contest for Musha. It's somewhere on the list. Check the list. I have a list on my announcements page. It's pinned. You can see what the order is. Ooh, good catch. I forgot the tracking of that opening heavy. Well fought. Well fought.
Defeat.
Well fought. What's up, Salty Yorm Main? How you doing? How was the class today? Oh, it was great. Classes went really well today. Really, really well today. No problems. I mean, I had one student who tried to get away with something, but I caught him before he did. I caught. Other than that, it was a good day. It was a good day. Finally got some rest too. I finally got to actually get a planning period and because what's been happening is I've been having to teach another class during my planning period this whole week, but this week I finally got a planning period, so I got to rest a bit. So that was awesome. How many more kills do I need to get? One more kill and I'm done. One more kill, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. One more kill. What's my favorite passage of scripture? Mine's probably Job 38 to the end of the book. I would say the book of Romans is probably my favorite book. Like, just the whole book. But if you had to make me narrow it down, I'd probably say Romans... It's hard for me to call. Maybe Romans 3 or 4, maybe Romans 3 through 5. Maybe Romans 3 through 5, maybe. Yeah, it'll be a tough drip contest. Which For Honor hero skin has the worst writing? I actually do a video series where I talk about that, where I talk about who wore it best, and I think the one with the worst writing right now is Sun Wukong. I think Sun Wukong's is the worst. Although right now I would argue that this new one from Orochi, whatever his name was, I forget now. His is pretty bad. I'm thinking of starting a pair of new builds based on Takeda and Tokugawa. Do you have any advice or recommendations? Not really. Raven, do you have kids who enjoy you? Yeah, I've got some kids who like me. I've had kids who say that I'm one of their favorites, so I'm always happy to hear that. I'm always happy to hear that I'm enjoyed. Man, I love Yorm 10 out of 10. Also, I never knew you were a teacher. Yep, I'm a teacher. Pretty cool, right?
Round 1.
How's the night so far? We've had some good matches and some bad ones.
Victory!
Who doesn't like Raven? A lot of people. I have some real haters, guys. Y'all didn't know I have haters? Bro, I have some real haters out there. I watch a Break and Run stream and drop your channel name. He welcomed me in his community and would call or biomake clones of dead Primarchs. Fabius Bile already made a clone of he made a clone of Horus. And I think he made a clone of Fulgrim too. Ah, you got me. Isn't Yoshiro Maiko's brother? No. No, Maiko's story took place way in the future from Yoshiro's story. Is there any particular source that depicts their definitive appearances? No. I don't know of any. Ah, I thought that he was just dodging.
Defeat.
Do any of my students know or get the idea that I'm a gamer or YouTuber? Most of them don't.
Round 4.
你中招了！
Victory!
That worked. I gotta be more careful. He's doing a lot of dodge attacks. I need to watch those.
Round 5.
But yeah, I've got a lot of haters, man. I get so many. Least favorite Imperial Guard regiment? Don't really have a least favorite.
你中招了！你中招了！
Nusha remains top tier, ladies and gentlemen. And God, what it is. I love this design. I'm so proud of this design. I'm so proud of this design. It looks so good. I need to make a legend for it. I really do. Raven, how do you feel about the Titus trying to reclaim 500 Worlds of Ultramar as new captain of Second Company after the Acheron and Karen died? Here's what I think about that. I think that Games Workshop needs to stop focusing on the Ultramarines. I don't care about the Ultramarines. You want to know what pisses me off? This is what genuinely pisses me off. We got Lionel Johnson back in the setting. We got the Dark Angels being redeemed. We got new box sets for the Salamanders, for the White Scars, for the Iron Hands. We got Fulgrim back in the setting, and what do they decide to do next? More Ultramarines. Like we haven't gotten enough of this. Like we haven't gotten enough of the effing Blueberry Boys. Look, I don't hate the Ultramarines, but they are so oversaturated. Like, think of it like this, guys. Wrap your mind around this. Guilliman came back, Robute Guilliman came back to the setting in Warhammer. They have written book after book after book about him. He has been mentioned in like every single media piece. He's been mentioned in video games. He's been mentioned in books. He's been mentioned in everything. Lionel Johnson comes back to the setting. What does he get? He gets one book and a mention in Arcs and Omens. Other than that, Lion and the Dark Angels have done nothing. You would think that with Lion back, we'd see some Dark Angels action. We could see some brand new books about Lion. We could see some books about the Risen, the Fallen that he's been redeeming. We could see some books about the Dark Angels and how they feel about the Lion being back. What if we had some books about the Risen being reintegrated back into the Dark Angels proper and how that works? What if we had some books about the Dark Angels interacting with the Lion and how they feel standing with their Primarch? We could tell some stories about Lionel Johnson fighting some other monstrosities of the Warp. But no, we're right back to the mother effing Blue Boys. I am so sick of the mother effing Blue Boys. They have been oversaturated. They have become annoying to me. I no longer like seeing them. It's gotten to the point that I just do not care for them anymore. I want to like them. The Ultramarines are cool, but they are so overdone. We're getting 4 new books about Guilliman and Titus going on their 500 World Crusade. 4 books, and we can't even get a second book for Lion. I thought that Lion and Fulgrim were going to throw down because they both came back around the same time. Let's have those 2 throw down. Nope. Got to focus on Girly Man. Got to focus on Titus. Got to focus on the Ultramarines. God, it is so asinine. And I know why they did it. I know why. Because Space Marine 2 was a huge hit, and so they're like, let's capitalize on that and ride that horse. Yeah, but Space Marine 2 wasn't just popular because of Titus and the Ultramarines. It was popular because you could make your own Space Marines. Just so many things you could be doing with the setting. You could be bringing some integrity back to the Eldar and their Exodites. You could tell stories about Lion and what he's doing. You could talk about Fulgrim and Perturabo and their interactions if they have any.
Lost Zone A.
Enough, sheep. Enough.
You captured Zone C.
I'm not slandering Titus. I like Titus fine, but the Ultramarines have been oversaturated. Like, look, when the Ultramarines and the Space Wolves have objectively more lore and books out there than the White Scars and the Iron Hands, there's a problem.
You lack strength.
I'll just keep boosting this zone, I don't mind. Shugoki and Sohei are just running around as a team of two. I get why that Shinobi's upset, that's annoying. I'm wondering what's going on with Raven Guard and Corvus. The Raven Guard got a new box set. As for Corvus, he's currently still hunting and chasing Lorgar through the warp.
This is it.
Better go help out at B.
You captured Zone A. You lost Zone A.
Incontinent!
Stay here. Die.
Trade up, big guy. Sometimes you just gotta trade spaces.
This is it.
So far, so good. I smell a gladiator on the way. We're about to take B back. Yep. I just keep boosting this. And we should have the win.
Enemy team is breaking.
But yeah, as a dark, I'm not even just saying this as a Dark Angels fan. I'm just so sick of all the Ultramarine stuff.
This is it. Enough. Stay here.
Finally killed me.
Your team is breaking.
Oh shoot, I'm out. The one time I die, we're actually in a position where I can't come back. Thank you.
Your team rallied.
The only good thing coming out of this new Ultramarine expansion is that they're going to be adding stuff with the Necrons too, because apparently their big enemy is a Necron overlord who plans to... Well, then again, even though they're doing that, I'm still kind of mad about it, because what they're planning on doing with the Necrons is obscenely stupid.
Victory.
The Necron overlord that they're summoning is planning on resurrecting, one of the Catan. And I have trouble believing that any Necron would want to resurrect a Catan. The Nightbringer, yeah. What? Like, I have a feeling that if the other Necrons found out about what he's planning, they would want to stop him. What Necron wants to bring back the Catan? It's actually insane. What was the last time the Raven Guard and Alpha Legion got new lore? Well, Corvus got lore not too long ago with him and Lorgar, but as for the Alpha Legion, they just do what they do. I think the last time we had an Alpha Legion mentioned was when Celestine rescued some Alpha Legionnaires. To be fair, if the Catan went rogue, they would probably deal with it. This isn't a normal Catan. This is the Nightbringer. He's like death incarnate. He's one of the most dangerous beings out there. Like, he's Emperor level threat and the Emperor's not available. Alright, we'll do this match, and then we'll start into Breach. We'll do this match, and then we'll start into Breach. I wish games were trying to give Blood Raven some new lore, like figuring out their loyal sons of Magnus or what White Scars, Imperial Fists. Nah, I just like some of the others to get some attention. Blood Ravens have a whole game around them, actually like 2 whole games around them. I'd like some more than that. Does the Emperor pass resemblance to Lord Farquaad? I see where you say that, but no. I see where you say that, but no. What's funny is, what's really funny, I often make my titles and thumbnails just for fun, but sometimes I do it to start a conversation. But then they never happen. Those conversations just kind of peter out. It's funny. I'm still new to 40k, so the current status quo doesn't bother me. I'm currently catching up by watching the Numbskulls videos about the various factions and legions. Well, the status quo bothers us who are familiar with the lore, so bear with us as we all lament the issues with it right now. Could the Terminus Decree split the Imperium in half? The Terminus Decree is the dumbest thing they've added to the lore in a while. Like, it's actually stupid.
You captured Zone C. You lost Zone A.
Potente fortuna giuva! Smiagiova! Potente fortuna!
You gotta go back him up. Coming to help, bro. Coming to help, bro. Hold on. Alright, heading to A now. Well, that worked. In a battle of hyper armor, Hito came out on top. Good light parry. Nusha's still my girl.
You lost Zone A. You lost Zone C. You captured Zone C.
Ah, almost had him. Almost had him. Sorry for making me ranted about Titus and Ultramarines. It's fine. It's no worries. Who wins, Nobushi or Nusha? Nobushi's got the range, but Nusha overall has better armor. Who's this new Nusha? She's cute. Oh, I haven't decided on her name yet. That's more what I'm used to from a Berserker. Just throw attacks randomly and trust in hyper armor. That's what I expect from Berserkers. Just throw attacks randomly and expect hyper armor to save you. Annoying, but it is a strat. It is a strat.
Your team Your team rallied.
Pleasure to have you on my
You captured Zone A.
thanks.
Yeah, good try, bro. That was an
Team
excellent
is
effort.
breaking.
Stand there in a mode if you like, but you just block. All right, your fourth feet is now gone.
Victory.
That was gorgeous. Anyway. Was Yamato no Orochi a yokai or just a Japanese Hydra? It would qualify as a yokai. Because the term yokai usually just refers to supernatural entities. How come Nusha's the only assassin with a cape? I don't know. I don't know why that is. Alright, let's switch over to Breach. Let's switch over to Breach. The Feet of Fear? Yeah. Funny story, become a fan of the Alpha Legion kind of by accident. Okay. I swear I heard the dying Nobushi have a perfectly cut scream. Yep, I could hear that too. I could hear that too. But yeah, the Alpha Legion. I'm not really high on the Alpha Legion. I don't really care for them. I've explained why many times. Are Oni yokai? Yes, Oni would be classified as yokai. Oh, I love you, Nusha. I really do. You are my main. You are my favorite. You are my favorite. I need to work with you a lot more. I think Nusha and Centurion are the only ones in which all their armor have capes. Yeah, I think so. What's my favorite specific topic to teach? History, lore, and stuff like that. Like if it's about real world history, about the lore of something I really like, I love talking about that. Which Chaos Legion would I consider wasted potential? The Black Legion. I would say the Black Legion are a massive waste of time. Can we get a breakdown on an interesting figure in history you think deserves to be talked about more? I'm sending an email to Sabaton telling them to make a video, to make a song about Yin Shun Sen, because I think he deserves to be talked about more. Hey, Sabosa. Night, Sabosa. Hey, y'all, I'm going to bed early just because I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but good night, everybody. Hang in there. Oh, okay, Aaron. Later. Have I heard about what happened to Wextra? No. What happened? What happened to Wextra?
Tace Cortuum! Tace Cortuum!
Ah, that sucks. You have any recommendations on books or watches for someone wanting to look into Korean military history? I'll need to look at my old books. I need to dig up my college books. Apparently her heart did an oopsie. What do you mean her heart did an oopsie? What are you talking about? She didn't have a heart attack. What? What do you mean by that? Hold on, what do you mean by that? You can't just drop that. That's all we know. Okay, that's not enough. Saying your heart did an oopsie is kind of a scary thing because that's not very specific. Did she have a heart palpitation or? Okay, that's all we know. I'll message her later and ask what's up. But that is not that's not comforting news. She's in the ER. Okay. I'll say a prayer for her. I won't say a prayer for her. That's serious. She says she'll be fine by tomorrow. Alright. I'll still message her just to be safe, and I'm going to be praying for her tonight. She was good enough to communicate. Yeah, that is a good sign that she can communicate with folks. But I wonder what she means by her heart had an oopsie. That's concern. My best guess is she may have had a heart palpitation, which, yeah, that is concerning. I've had those. But I never had to go to the ER for them. Well, I was oh, what's up, Cribbling? I didn't know you were here. A little early for the Christmas stuff, but I'll take it. Alright, let me go back to Zone 1, because we got 3 enemies in there. Alright, let me go heal up. Anyway. I comment on the Leandra's accusation. Someone said that sounds like something an Alpha Legion would say. I was like, what's that? Then looked up and thought they were hilarious. Okay. I don't know what you mean by Leandra's accusation, but okay.
Ad profundis. Cerebri.
Against Titus, he accused Titus of heresy. Yeah, he did. He surely did. Okay. Just managed to save it. There we go. Alright. Well, yeah, I'll be praying for Wextra. That's very upsetting to hear, and I'm sorry that she's going through that. I wish there was something I could do, but I don't know what ER she's at to even go visit. I imagine it's not near me. By the way, playing Ghost of Tsushima, hands down my favorite open world. Yep. I'm excited for the next season too. I'm very excited. I hope it's as awesome as I hear. It'll have a new Wulin hero, a new Wulin skin. I'm hoping it continues the lore. We can all agree that Leandros is a bitch boy for how he handled the whole thing. Yeah, I agree. Leandros is an absolute piece of crap. I think my least favorite character in Warhammer, though, is Astellan. Astellan is probably my least favorite. I think Astellan is the biggest piece of shit in Warhammer. Alright, later, Hunter. Have a good one, man. Alpha Legion comes across me as having Scooby-Doo sense of humor. I don't see how. But okay. Whatever helps. Whatever you say, man. I can't stand Slaanesh. I prefer Slaanesh over Astellan. Yeah, Cribbling, glad you're here. What's next season? The Wulin season. I think we'll wrap up with Ruth. I think this will be my last match and we'll wrap up with Ruth. Astalan? Astalan is a fallen Dark Angel who basically he basically lies and does whatever he needs to do to try to manipulate people and get power. He basically he was the one, he claims, and we don't know how accurate this is, but he claims he was the one who fired the orbital defenses on Lion when he returned to Caliban. He claims that the Primarchs are the ultimate problem with the galaxy, and he also claims that he hates Psychers and all that nonsense. But once given the opportunity, he allied with Typhus of the Death Guard and tried to open a time portal to ferry away the Fallen to the present time and combine their forces with the Death Guard to form the Death Angels. And it had to be stopped by Cypher and Azrael and the entire Unforgiven. But the reason I hate him is because it give Erebus and Leandros credit. They stick to their guns. You know, they stand by their principles and what they are. But Astalan lies and cheats to do whatever he needs to do to get his way. Like he says, I can't stand you Psychers, and I'll never go against the Emperor. I'll always stand against that chaotic nonsense. Decides to ally with Typhus, a known Psyker, and an ally of the Chaos Gods. He claims that he loves the Dark Angels and would never corrupt their purity, tries to ally the Fallen with the Death Guard. Claims that Lion is evil because he threw away civilian lives as expendable, but fires on the Lion without caring anything for the Dark Angels on the ship with him. I think a lot of who Astalan is he is very much the monster he claims to see in Lion. He's trying his freaking best with his dumb brain. Well, after reading the book where Astalan is being interrogated by the chaplain, and I hear his story, I'm like, hold on, this doesn't add up. So I did some background referencing on Astalan, and when I found out everything about him, I'm like, oh, so he's a lying dirtbag. Because like I said, you can hate Erebus and you can hate Leandros, but at the end of the day, give them credit, they stick to their guns. They are who they are, and they know what they are, and they stand by it. Astalan is whoever he needs to be to get power from others, and that's cowardly and disgusting. $10 from Corwin. I just got back from a 2-week vacation with my parents. I missed a lot, and I'm glad for the content. Have a nice day. Thank you so much. Appreciate the donation. Any donation is always appreciated. Because I know that November and December are going to be slow months. I watch these streams, ask history questions, but I always end up talking about pop culture. Well, the streams just kind of go where they do. The streams just kind of go where they do. We don't really have any control over it. Like, I wanted to talk about my stories this stream. I wanted to talk about the stories that Jay and I had worked on. But we haven't really talked about them much at all. So, the streams never really go the way I intend them. Not that that's always a bad thing. Sometimes the more bizarre, the better. Have you read Red Rising? Refresh my memory. Which book is that? Sounds like a, I've read Red Tithe, because that's a Kakaradon book. Actually, what's funny is lately I was reading the Harry Potter audiobook with a full cast featuring Hugh Laurie as Dumbledore. That was actually kind of good. I actually enjoyed listening to that. Very well done. The cast did a good job. It's a sci-fi cast system and revolt story. Ah, well, I haven't read it. I don't think I've read it. I'm not even a huge Harry Potter fan, but I thought that it was very well done. What's funny is the girl who they got to play Hermione in the audiobook sounds just like Emma Watson did as a kid. It's kind of freaky. Da 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 da. Okay, I'll stop. Honestly, I need to get into the Dark Angel lore because they sound interesting. They are my favorite Legion, and I will stand by they are the best Legion. In fact, I've got some good news for you guys. I'm going to be releasing a video, maybe not tonight, might have to release it tomorrow, but I am going to be releasing a video series where I explain the lore behind every Space Marine Legion. And when I say the lore, I mean I'm going to go into their origins, I'm going to go into some major battles they were part of, I'm going to go into their ideologies and their practices, I'm going to go over their strengths and their weaknesses, I'm going to go over my personal opinion, I'm going to go over their Primarchs and why they whether or not they follow or respect their Primarchs. I'm going to be doing a deep dive into each of them. Now, granted, I am not a Warhammer lore expert, but I'm doing a lot of research in these. And the Dark Angels one is almost done because I'm going to do them in order, and the Dark Angels are the first. So I'm going to do the Dark Angels first, then the Emperor's Children, then the Iron Warriors, then the White Scars, and on and on and on. You get the picture. There we go. I think they're the best Legion because they're the only one of the original Legions that break my top 10 favorite Space Marine chapters. Well, what I love about the Dark Angels is not only the aesthetic, because they look awesome, but they are exactly what I would assume a Space Marine should be. They are exterminators. See, you call the Space Wolves when you want to make a statement. You call the Ultramarines when you want to pacify a territory. You call the Blood Angels when you want to make some pretty art. You call the Dark Angels when you want to delete something. And when I say delete, I don't just mean kill. I mean there's not even a record of the enemy. They no longer exist. They don't even exist in memory. They are the slayers of monsters, which I will always get behind. And of course, there are people out there who say, "Oh, the Dark Angels are evil." You just don't understand the Dark Angels. You just really don't. We're not evil, just doing our job. Well, people claim they're evil because of some heinous things they've done in the past. And my response to that is, if you think that's evil, you clearly don't know much about Warhammer.
Inner gate destroyed. Kill the commander.
Thanks for having my back.
Everyone but the salamanders are some level of asshole. And that's kind of why the salamanders annoy me. That's kind of why the salamanders annoy me, honestly, because they've gotten a monopoly on compassion. And so it actually lessens it when they do it. And let me explain what I mean by that. I read a Dark Angels book where Captain Lazarus of the Fifth Company was saved. He and his whole company were saved by a young girl named Isentrude, who was just a child deeply out of her depth, who didn't know, who just wanted to make a mark in the universe and wanted to help. And she managed to literally save Captain Lazarus's life with her gift, but it was killing her. In her final moments, Captain Lazarus held her in his arms and told her how special she was, said she fought like a lion, and she may have saved the entire chapter single-handed. And then when she asked him what it feels like to die, he quietly tells her that for those who've lived their lives with nobility and honor, it is the easiest thing in the world to do. He shows her dignity and respect. Then you have Ezekiel, a librarian of the Dark Angels, who in the midst of an orc incursion came across this guardswoman who was pregnant and in danger of losing her child because she was going to die. She knew she was going to die. And she didn't want her baby to die too. So she begged the Dark Angels to save her child. Even though it was a waste of time and waste of resources, Ezekiel ordered his apothecary to perform an emergency C-section and save the baby. And then you have Azrael, who even though he hates the Fallen more than any other Dark Angel, willingly set aside his pride and worked with Cypher, the most dangerous Fallen, in order to stop a disaster. And then, of course, you have Commander Chaplain Barail, who literally, even though he knew the Fallen were going to get away and a gene seed was going to be stolen, he sacrificed his own life and let them escape to prevent a planet from being destroyed by a virus bomb. Now, here's why I bring all that up. And you know what, we'll do another match just because I'm in the middle of something. Here's why I bring all that up. Because of the Dark Angels' edginess and secretiveness and darkness, when they perform these acts of nobility and honor, it stands out. And it really grips you. It really hits you in the feels. And it's because you don't expect it from the Dark Angels. It's not what you were ready for. But when a salamander does it, it's kind of like, I mean, that's nice. It's cool, but they're a salamander. You knew they were going to do it. Like, where's the surprise? Where's the buildup? Where's the suspense? Where's the, oh, wow, that's so meaningful? You get what I mean. It's one of those things where it's like, I want to be all about this, but I can't be all about this because I already know what's coming. Oh, gee, I wonder if a salamander is going to show honor and respect to normal humans. What a shock. What a surprise. Don't get me wrong, it's still nice. I still like it. But it does not hit with the same intensity as it does with a Dark Angel. Why? Because the Dark Angels come from a background of that kind of crazy edginess. So when I see a Dark Angel actually say, I'm going to give honor and respect to this girl, I'm going to help save a baby that does me no good, I'm going to work with my sworn enemy to prevent a disaster. Yeah, you could only get that from a Dark Angel, and that's why it's awesome.
Moving on, warriors!
别受接招吧，拼尽全力吧！
But yeah, the Dark Angels are an incredible legion, and I think what I really like about them, another thing I like is their biggest weakness, I'll be real, is their own arrogance. The Dark Angels have lived so long thinking that they were the best, and so because of that, they act superior, but in reality, they're more ashamed than any of the other chapters because of their history with the Fallen. Oh, and give me a second. I'm going to share a link with you guys. It's this Dark Angel theme that I found on YouTube. It's got to be the most awesome theme I've ever heard. Hold on. Let me get to a place where I won't be bothered by the bots. All right. Hold on. Let me find it. I want to find this now. Hold on.
Warriors! Clear the way!
Hold on. I want to find this because y'all got to hear it. It is like the cool... Yep, there it is. I'm going to send this to you guys. Feel free to listen to it in the background. Feel free to listen to this in the background. Because it just gives me the biggest chills. It gives me the biggest chills. Listen to this. Also, why aren't you a huge fan of the Tau? Probably because when the Tau were introduced, they kind of went against the whole world idea of Warhammer. The whole point of Warhammer is that things suck and there are no good guys. Everyone's kind of messed up to some degree. The Tau have everything figured out. Owie. But the 18th will always be my homie. Oh, the Salamanders? Yeah. Yeah, no, I get you. No, here's the thing. I want to say this. If the Dark Angels aren't your favorite, that is totally fine. I get it. You're free to have your favorites. But I'm so used to people giving me shit for loving the Dark Angels. Except for the part about mind control and eugenics. They had to add that later. Because what happened is when they first introduced the Tau, they were too perfect. The community came out in backlash. And so the writers had to give them some negativity. They had to add some stuff to make them bad again. My favorite is the Blood Angels. Their tragic history was interesting to me. Yeah, no, I can get behind that. The Blood Angels are cool. I think that Dante is a very fascinating character, even more so than Sanguinius. I need to read his book. My brother Lark has been telling me all about Dante's book, and I just need to read it now. Like, because Dante sounds so fascinating. I'm gonna go heal. But yeah, for me, the Blood Angels are cool. The Blood Angels are cool, and Dante's a badass. Don't get me wrong. The toss-up between the Dark Angels and the Imperial Fists. For me, I like the Imperial Fist 30k. 40k, though, they're just not doing anything. The Imperial Fists have just been so inactive in 40k. In 40k, their successors are better. Yeah, how sad is it when people know more of the Imperial Fist successors than they do the Imperial Fists? Like the Crimson Fist, or the Black Templars, or the Hammers of Dorn. Like, everyone knows those, but no one really cares about... Oh, or the Sons of the Phoenix, who... Yeah, let's be honest, they're not really Imperial Fists. We can all agree. That was a lie. They're Fulgrim's boys, let's be real. Because we're baked in blueberry pie with 40k and there's no room for lemon. Well, that's the thing, bro. Like, that's what makes me so upset. Everything's Ultramarine. Everything's Ultramarine. Even the Primaris. I've heard this accusation and I kind of agree with it. The Primaris was just Games Workshop's attempt to insert Ultramarines into other chapters. Like, it was just their attempt to insert Ultramarines into other chapters. I know it's more complicated than that, but tell me that doesn't feel like it. Got him. I don't like the race swapping in the Space Marine. Race swapping? What are you talking about? The race swapping? Since when was there race swapping in Space Marine? How do you even do that? Unless, are you saying, like, what do you mean? What do you mean by race swapping in Space Marine? They have black Space Wolves? Oh! 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 Okay, I get it now. I get it now. I get what you're talking about. I get it now. Well, I mean, at the same time, actually, no. That is a very... Hard for me to imagine Fenris having black individuals based on the way their planet is. Especially when you consider that... Actually, no, that's a good point, because part of the Space Wolf lore is they do not recruit off of Fenris. So, how are there black people on Fenris? That's a good point. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. The Space Wolf lore restricts them from having black people, because in order for that to happen, that would mean they'd have to recruit off-world, which they clearly don't. immigration? No, it wouldn't work because according to the lore, the reason they have to do it from Fenris is because only the children of Fenris have the special genetic makeup to match with Leman Russ's gene seed. Yeah, make that make sense.
The outer gate has fallen. Defend the inner gate.
接招了！无言就受死吧！刀剑无言。
Damn. There aren't any white salamanders or white scars? Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're realizing how stupid Fenris was that work on it. I saw the new Color Out of Space movie. All right. Nick Cage, yeah, I read that. I read that. It's fine. Thank you. Jackson, you're going to need to learn at some point that we're not here just for you. We have not been talking about that, or Nick Cage, or any of that. We've been talking about Space Marines and Warhammer. Don't be indignant just because we're talking about something and not changing subjects. No, you're fine, Sparks Prisma. Glad you're here, but we are wrapping up. This will be the last match of the night. We were in the middle of talking about Warhammer and stuff like that. Very cool conversation. Ah, I didn't get it in time. Hey, I'm in the process of creating the One Piece Albatross Pirate Grand Fleet on the last cruise first mate. Okay. Okie dokie. Well, hopefully tomorrow, since we're about to wrap up, hopefully tomorrow we will get to have some fun with the fashion contest, and that afternoon or evening we will do Where Winds Meet, because I am very excited for that game. Chinese free-to-play open-world game taking place in Chinese history. How do you go wrong? Well, there are a lot of ways you could go wrong. I just hope that it's not an MMORPG. That is my hope. I hope it is single-player, and it is not MMORPG, because I would be so upset if it was MMORPG. It didn't look like it in any of the trailers, but I've been fooled before. Cool, making progress on One Piece. Awesome. Awesome. Since you bring up One Piece, I might as well just say this. I have a confession to make. I'm kind of falling out from One Piece. I still love it. It's still my favorite anime. But the post-time skip has really just been going downhill for me. I need to heal. Don't get me wrong, I'll always love One Piece, but the post-time skip has just been falling off. It's had some really cool moments, but cool moments and awesome anime does not make. I feel like it's really lost the plot. Raven, do you think Games Workshop is going to go with the liberals? They already have. Another stream tomorrow or not till... Jackson, you have a big issue with listening. I said many times that tomorrow we would be doing the fashion contest, and then I would be streaming Where Winds Meet. What can you say about the new game Where Winds Meet? It is a open world free-to-play game that takes place in ancient China. I believe it takes place in the Five Dynasties, 10 Kingdoms period, which is a very tumultuous time in Chinese history. And that's all I know about it right now. Alright. So that is all the time I have for tonight. I'm kind of tired, and hopefully, I wonder if it's done downloading yet. Honestly, I'm curious. Let me see. Actually, I'm curious. Okay, it's finally installed. Good. Alright, so that means tomorrow we will be able to jump into it. Alright, guys. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.